Hello everyone, Manuela. Today we'll be talking about perfume dupes of designer perfumes that could be quite expensive. I'm really happy to share with you some alternatives that are smelling nearly the same as the original. So without further ado, let's get started. The perfume that I chose the first is Hypnotic Poison from Dior. This is the EDT. When I heard people talking about this, I was very much impressed by the description. I knew I wanted to have it. At the same time, Hypnotic Poison or all the poison ranges are very expensive. I suggest dupes. The first one that I have is from Herrera, Sweet Hope. This is how it looks like. I will spray on a lot of paper. This is the one from Sweet Hope, and this is the one from Hypnotic Poison. Okay, the opening, the Hypnotic Poison is a very sweet vanilla, but then you have also the almondy notes that makes it creamy. It tastes like, it's not a tobacco, but the faint one, so you don't have the cigarette smell. It's just really warm. I would wear it going out. The one from Sweet Hope is very similar. Unfortunately, it's not as rich as Hypnotic Poison. From the smell in itself, they are very similar. But of course, you can see the difference in terms of quality. And then I have a Spirit of Cashmere Musc. I got this from a drugstore, but I can tell you, this one is just smelling the same. Of course, when it's opening up, they're a little bit harsher. I've worn the 3 of them. The one from Sweet Hope is lasting, let's say, about 3 hours, unfortunately. And the one from Spirit of Cashmere Musc lasted me 5 hours and a half. And then Hypnotic Poison between 6 to 7 hours. It's potent the first 5 hours, then it is becoming a skin scent. The next perfume that we have here is from Carolina Herrera, Good Girl. This has so many flankers. Some don't have anything to do with it. For example, Very Good Girl. This is a warm, spicy vanilla floral scent. The dupe that I have here is again from Narciso. It's called Nice Dream. By the way, both have really beautiful sprayers. Upon the first spray, the Carolina Herrera Good Girl, it opens up with the tuberose and some spices, but it doesn't have yet the creamy note, because how I perceive it is it's like a very creamy scent, but not upon the first spray. It doesn't have a citrusy note though. I would wear this if I'm going out with some friends, nightclub, we're talking about dinner with some colleagues maybe. This kind of stuff, I can tell that there's a lot of notes included in this scent. It even says there's some cacao. I honestly cannot smell the cacao. I just smell a very beautiful scent, like a mixture with vanilla and white florals. On the other hand, that's the one from Narciso. It's more alcoholic than from Carolina Herrera, but other than that, I cannot spot any difference. I have to say, Nice Dream turns creamier faster than the one from Carolina Herrera. If you like Good Girl, have a look at Nice Dream from Narciso. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about the performances. I tried once Good Girl before bed. At one wrist, Good Girl, and the other wrist, Nice Dream. I couldn't smell Nice Dream anymore when I woke up, but Good Girl was still there. Good Girl is staying much longer than Nice Dream. But at the same time, you cannot really spot the difference when it's really warm, in particular on clothes. Our next perfume is Delina from Parfums De Marly. I know some people, they have enough of hearing it. I think that Delina is what it is. Even though I think it's quite pricey, it's really long lasting. It's a very impressive fragrance. So I ordered sample collections from Parfums De Marly. You can have all of them there, because some people, they are a little bit offended. Why do you review perfumes that you don't have? But at the same time, some people, they might have smelled it over and over, that they remember the scent. But anyway, and the dupe of Delina is from Juliana Perfumes. I have here a small sample. If you're in the US, then maybe it's alternative that is worth the price, because Juliana Perfumes are selling extrait de parfum, which means they are likely to be more potent, to last longer. And from my experience, I'm very happy, because it's a spot on dupe of the perfume that they are inspiring. And Delina is not an exception. They have something called Inner Beauty, and this is an inspired version of Delina. My best friend is in love with it, and I let her smell the perfume and she cannot tell the difference. I think that Delina has a very beautiful perfume, but the way it was described was not as much how it actually smells. If you are a Delina fan, then I would suggest you to get the hair mist, because they just smell the same. This is a 75 milliliter. I got mine for €55. You can say maybe, why shall I pay €55 for hair mist? I do not really see the difference. Maybe my nose is not as trained, it's not as refined, but for people who really want to smell like it, there's no difference. Okay, here I have the hair mist. Here I have the eau de parfum. And then there, the one from Juliana Perfume. It has a very bright opening. This is the hair mist. And I cannot tell the difference. I think this is the big winner of today's video. I cannot tell the difference. If someone would have mixed the 3 blotter papers, I would not know which one is what. The 3 of them open up with this floral. I cannot really smell the rhubarb. I smell lychee mixed with rose and tiny bit of incense. I think I don't need to make a comparison. I can just tell you that Delina or its inspired version or the hair mist, they're first of all lasting really long. On the skin, it doesn't fade away before 7 hours. After 7 hours, it becomes a skin scent. It's very impressive how long it's lasting. For people who are a fan of mixture of juicy fruit and not natural rose, it's like you're cutting a plant and then you have the smell, the green smell of it. This is exactly what Delina has. I'm not saying that it's a green scent. I'm telling you only that it's not a ripe lychee. Delina for me, it offers this brightness, this juice. From my experience of wearing the perfumes, the extreme version of Juliana Perfume is a little bit thicker, whereas Delina is more, not watery, but kind of juicy. You can tell that it's very juicy mixed with the incense. So let's move on to the next perfume, which is Intense Café from Montale and Zara fragrance Rose Gourmand. I'm not super duper fan of Rose Gourmand or Intense Café then eventually, but I wanted to include it in this video because the similarity of these 2 fragrances are just insane. I finally managed to get a sample of Intense Café to compare a side. This is the one from Zara Rose Gourmand. And then I have here small, tiny Intense Café. Actually, Intense Café is a little bit creamier. I like it better, but the dry down is just the same. The 2 fragrances are ambery, rose, vanilla fragrance, but they are not sweet. They are really not sweet. I don't know, some people say they find it way too sweet. I don't get that. They both last really long. What I get from Rose Gourmand and Intense Café is like you have ambery metallic scents to it. It's like beeswax mixed with, I don't know, with a rose. It's quite sharp, I have to say. If you like Intense Café from Montale, then you can be safe getting Rose Gourmand. By the way, none of these 2 are safe blind buy. Moving on, we have Coco Mademoiselle. I have a tiny sample here, one from Lidl. It's called Glamour, the dupe of Coco Mademoiselle. Even the juice, they look the same. It's a classic, but at the same time, I understand why it's still there. You can tell from the dent that I'm really enjoying this perfume. So this is one of those that I'm telling myself, why are people buying the original? Maybe they support the brand, maybe they're not into dupes, but for me, if I could get a nice scent, or what I consider as nice scent, on a fraction of the price, I just take the cheaper one. Here we have the original Coco Mademoiselle, and here we have Madame Glamour from Lidl. From the price points, I got my Madame Glamour 75 milliliter for I think it was €8. I think Coco Mademoiselle, the Chanel perfumes are selling very expensive. I don't know, about €100 for maybe 50 milliliters. So Madame Glamour, it stays on my skin and it projects really strongly for about 5 hours. After that, it's fading away, but it doesn't mean that it's not noticeable. It's sophisticated. It's really an everyday wear perfume, and you don't have to find the right occasion. If you want to smell nice, if you want to smell not different probably, because it has been around for many, many years, but you would smell like you are really clean and sophisticated. If you like Coco Mademoiselle, just go for Madame Glamour from Lidl. The next perfume that we have, the one before the last, is La Vie Est Belle from Lancôme. So the bottle looks like this. I think you all know, but I want to show anyway. I bought myself a 20 milliliter. So we have Queen of Life. I find this really interesting because the 20 milliliter looks really like the dupe, or they look like chocolate. Maybe the dupe looks like the 20 milliliter bottle. La Vie Est Belle is nothing new. It's so popular that some people just don't like it. I don't care that much because for me, La Vie Est Belle is like Coco Mademoiselle. It's classic, but if it stays on the market, then there's a reason behind it. And if you like sweet, patchouli, floral, powdery, La Vie Est Belle is something made for you. You might not smell different, but at the same time, I always argue that our skin chemistry is what makes us really unique. Not because a perfume is so popular that if you like it, you would stop yourself from wearing it. But it's also our skin chemistry is making things a little bit different. If you like La Vie Est Belle from Lancôme, which is selling about 20 milliliter, I bought for €30, I think. That's quite expensive. Get yourself La Rive Queen of Life. It looks like this. Here I have the original, and this is Queen of Life from La Rive. Obviously, La Vie Est Belle is opening up less harsh, although it's very potent. I wouldn't wear this if I would stay in a small, closed room with other people, because this could be choking others if oversprayed. Then on the other hand, you have Queen of Life that is had alcohol-y rather than vanillic immediately like La Vie Est Belle. But after some minutes, I cannot spot the difference. You have the citrus, you have the bergamot on the top notes. You smell it just a little bit. It sparkles a bit, but then you have this potent vanillic that gives it also mixed with patchouli. It gives this very, very powdery note. You can wear it whatever you want. It doesn't really have specific time. Maybe I would be careful if it's really hot days, because the powdery note and the sweet notes might be too cloying. Let's move to the last two perfumes that we have here. That is Pure Musc or Pure Musc. I think it's written in French way, but anyway, I really, really like this one. It's an elegant scent. It's a musky, but not strongly musky like other Narciso go-to guests. This is a fresh, elegant. You can wear it as an everyday scent. It doesn't smell like every fresh scent that you smell from drugstores, for example. Some of them, not every one of them, but some of them has this, unfortunately, cheap tag on it. This one, you just have taken a shower with fresh soap. This is a very pleasant scent. The dupe that I have here is Rare Pearls from Avon. The difference is, for whatever reason, the one from Avon is much stronger than Pure Musc. So Avon has this, I don't know if it's aldehyde or what is it, but there's something strong on the opening. What I can tell is though, they are sharing many similarities. Be it with the performance, they perform the same way on my skin. Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought, it's not a dupe in itself, but since I mentioned the one from Rare Pearls, because I like Hypnotic Poison very much. Your perfumes are so expensive. If I find alternatives, I prefer to buy, of course. Jaipur from Boucheron is said to be a dupe of Pure Poison. This is a smoother version. It's like the mixture of these two, Rare Pearls from Avon and Boucheron, is giving you what Pure Poison is. It's really beautiful. Let's go back to Narciso Rodriguez. Pure Musc is younger siblings of the three. That was it for today. I hope that you can find some perfumes that you can tell from this scent profile, I can see if I like that perfume or not. For everyone who watched me till the end, thank you very, very much. I am really, really grateful. I will see you for the next video. So until next time, bye. Follow me.